How's your day been, guys? Good. Yeah? Nice. Fab. So, I'm going to jump in. We are starting a little bit late, so this might go on till about 5 to 2. Okay, so if anyone needs to jump out, just let me know. Is that okay? Fab. So, by walking into this room, you guys have just joined me, come on in, for a little pausing session. So my name's Gracie, I'm from I Am Pausing, and today we're going to take some time to quite literally pause. And so you might be like, okay, what do you mean pause? So when we're talking about pausing, we're just taking some really intentional time here in these next 20 minutes to stop with the responsibilities that we have here today, stop with the learning or showing up in anything that is requiring from us, and we're just going to focus on our well-being. So, why pausing? Maybe? We got it. So why pausing? Well, we know now, pausing's been studied, that when we pause, it's hosting really a load of benefits. First of all, which is really important for us creatives, us business owners, us people who are creating content, is tapping into our creativity, tapping into innovation. So when do our best ideas come? It's not when we're sat at our desk and thinking, I must come up with something good. In the shower, when we go for a walk, yeah? And why is that?
There's no phones around us, no distractions.
Yeah, so we're in a state of relaxation, we're in a state of calm. And when we're in a state of calm, we can actually start to access the parts of our brain that allow us to tap into innovative, creative ideas. Now, when we're pausing, we're also getting a chance to focus on our performance. And now, we work with a lot of business owners, business leaders, kind of high-level management, you know, like the typical very high achiever type of human. And we say, we're going to take some time to pause, and there's often quite a lot of pushback from these people. It's, I have deadlines, I have projects, I have a team to manage. And actually what we're finding is that when we take the time to pause, is that we're actually giving ourselves opportunity to get more done. And so this might sound counterintuitive, but perhaps we can actually just put this in action. So I'm going to invite you here to take a recapitulation break. Okay? And so all that means, come on in, is I'm going to invite you all here, especially you guys that have just walked in, to just close your eyes for 20 seconds. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to think about anything. You don't have to breathe in a certain way. We're just going to close the eyes and stay here. And when you're ready, open up the eyes. That was a mental recapitulation break. These are short breaks where we allow the brain to process information. And we know that when we take these regular breaks or these regular pauses for the mind, that we can start to increase our learning speed by 200%. And so think about if you're doing a mentally taxing task, how much better you'd be able to perform at that task if you enabled yourself the time to pause. Now, one of the main reasons that we are so passionate about pausing is because pausing enables us to prevent burnout. And so in this room, 3 out of 4 of you would have experienced burnout this year. Yeah, if anyone's just like, that was me, you don't have to admit to that. I know we don't like to do that in this culture. And 1 out of 4 of you will be pretty much, yep, there you go, living in a state of burnout. And so what is burnout? Burnout is when we are in a state of exhaustion, yeah, physically, mentally, emotionally, where we feel like we don't have the capacity to show up for the tasks that we have to do. It's kind of like, an analogy that I like is, imagine that you are a battery, yeah, and you have certain activities in your life that are filling you up, charging you, and then you have certain activities in your life that are depleting you of energy. They're requiring energy from you. Burnout is like when I have so much more energy going out than I have going in. Yeah, I don't have enough fuel to get there. when we're at this stage for long periods of time, we get to burnout. And you might be here thinking, that's not me. I don't get burnout. I go to the gym. I practice yoga. I meditate. You might be thinking, I've got the same amount of energy in as I do going out. Yeah, we're at a good place. We've got the perfect amount of fuel to get to the destination, right? But what happens if there's a detour? What happens if life gets in the way? Something unexpected? Well, we're at that imbalance one more time. And so we want to get to a place where the amount of energy that we have going in to ourselves is so much greater than the amount of energy that we have going out. Yeah? This is when creativity happens. This is when our best performance happens. And this is when we can really tap into optimal health all round. And so our body's adaptable. You could be living in a state where the amount of energy that we have going out, is much greater than what we've got going in for a long period of time. But that doesn't mean that it's not affecting your body. Your body just essentially does this. Cells, you don't need to detoxify today. I'm just going to focus on this project. Yeah, this is where anxiety happens. This is where depression happens. This is where chronic illness happens. So we're going to focus on pausing so we can start to charge ourselves back up and work on working at our best. So before we jump into a little pause here today, I'm going to let you know about three different types of pausings. And we believe that we need all of these in order to perform at our best. The first is mini pauses. So mini pauses, these are 20-second to maybe 20-minute breaks where we are focusing on regulating our nervous system. Do you guys know what I mean when I say regulating our nervous system? Kind of? We're going to touch on a little bit later, but it's ensuring that essentially that if we are operating in a state of stress, we can start to relax ourselves, entering into that rest and digest. You've all kind of heard fight or flight, rest and digest. Kind of bringing us into a more regulated place is we're not operating in a state of stress where everything's moving really fast. Operating in a state of stress is when we are draining our battery at a much faster rate. Yeah, so mini pauses. They can be done very small, and we're going to do a couple of them today. We have medium pauses, and medium pauses are more of our extended pauses. These are 30 minutes, maybe 2-hour sessions. Maybe it's your yoga class. Maybe it's that nice long walk. And we believe that we need these sprinkled into our week in order to find balance. And then the last one, and I know that you all need this because I've heard many of you say it to me before, is I need a holiday. And now, immersive pauses don't have to be holidays. They can be. They're always great. But these might be like half days outside of work. They might be full days outside of work. They might be going on a retreat. Something that you can really step away from what you're doing, stepping away from whatever role that you're having to show up as each day so that you can just focus on yourself. And now that we've talked enough about pausing, let's take a moment to breathe. So I'm going to invite you, so the rest of this session, what I'm going to do is I'm going to guide you through a very gentle, very relaxing breathing session. And this is going to help you enter into a deep state. I like to say, I'm ready, I'm going to chill out. This is going to drop you into a deep state of relaxation. We're only going to be here for a few minutes. And then, just in case anyone's feeling super relaxed already and gets a bit sleepy after this, we're also going to pick the energy back up. And then we'll leave you feeling kind of recentered, calm, but energized, so that you can be focused, clear, and ready to take in the rest of what DigiFest has to offer. Does that sound okay? Awesome. Okay, so for this, I'm going to invite you to have both feet on the ground. See if you can have a long spine. You don't have to force it. We're not children trying to sit up in assembly. Yeah. And then we're going to close our eyes. And if you don't feel comfortable closing your eyes for any reason whatsoever, just take your gaze to the tip of your nose or down towards the ground. Make any last fidgets. And this time, as you close your eyes, inviting you to draw your awareness to your breathing here. Notice how you're breathing. Notice the lengths of your breath. Notice the depths of your breath. And notice where you feel the movement of your breathing. Is it in the chest? Is it in the belly? Is it in the shoulders? Now, there's no judgment. It's just knowing that the quality of your breath is mirrored in the quality of the activity inside your mind and the state of your nervous system. And you can also influence those things with your breathing. So inviting you here to slow down your breathing and to deepen your breathing. And as you slow and deepen the breath, bring your hands onto your abdomen just above your belly button. As you breathe in, imagine you're sending the oxygen down into the area of your belly and feel your belly rise. Almost like you are breathing in air into a balloon and it expands with your inhale. On your exhales, just begin to notice how your belly gently falls. And continue breathing in that way. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. This is called diaphragmatic breathing. And as we breathe in this way, we begin to send a signal to the brain that it's safe for us to relax. And we're going to continue breathing in this belly, breathing up and down as we start to breathe to my count. We'll start to breathe in for a count of 4 and out for a count of 6. I'll begin by counting you in. To start, just exhale all of the oxygen from your body. And inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4. Exhale 6. Inhale 4. Exhale 6. Continue to breathe in this way, counting on your own. Inhaling for the count of 4, exhaling for the count of 6. And if you feel super comfortable here with your exhales, inviting you to extend it to a count of 8 or to a count of 10. Your exhale is your breath of relaxation. And so as you take 3 more rounds of this breathing, see if with each exhale you can find softness in your body, in your facial muscles, in your shoulders, in your arms, in your hands, in your fingers. Take 2 last breaths. And releasing that breath pattern now and just breathing back in your natural rhythm. And when you're ready, you can gently open the eyes. As you open the eyes, if you want to just like stretch out, if you want to roll your shoulders here, roll your neck, feel welcome to. We have some lovely calm faces here. How you feeling? Relax? Anyone felt like they're going to fall asleep? No? Okay, good. Because you've still got the afternoon left, guys. Okay, so before we go on, I want to just explain that so that can be a tool that you can use. And so what we just did there were a few different techniques, all of which are just the foundations for regulating yourself through breath, for calming yourself down, slowing everything down. Belly breathing. In, belly rises. Are people familiar with this one? Exhale, belly falls. All that's doing is you've got a nerve that travels through the belly up into the head that controls your nervous system. When you breathe in this way, it's like it's massaging that nerve. And again, it's just telling it that your body's safe. Yeah, you can chill out. You don't have to stress about whatever's going on. The next thing we do, and this is a technique that you can use when you're in a meeting with someone, when you're having a difficult conversation with someone and you're getting a little bit triggered and stressed out, when you're irritated, or when you're just like a bit frantic, is 4-6. 4-6 is the pattern that ideally we breathe in all of the time. Yeah? All of the time. And all of that is encouraging us to take deep breaths, but it's also encouraging us to slow down our exhales. And our exhales are a breath of relaxation. It's what helps keep us mellow. Yeah? So if you don't take anything else from this session, 4-6. As much as you can. Practice. Okay. So, who's heard of this? Anyone? A couple of you? Window of tolerance. AKA, our window of tolerance is like our capacity. Yeah? It's our zone of genius. It's that space where like, I am alert, but I'm not anxious. I'm calm, but I'm not sleepy. Yeah? Window of tolerance is how we show up in life at our best. Okay, so we've been talking a lot about being in our stress response, so being in a state of stress. And this is essentially when we're moving really, really fast. It's when we're feeling anxious. You guys get the gist. This is what most of us experience as being stressed. We also have another end of the scale, which when we are not in our zone of genius, we might be feeling a little bit hypo-aroused, AKA this is brain fog. This is, I'm listening to you right now, but this is not going into my head. This is like when you read the same email 3 times in a row because it's just not actually going in, you can't formulate a response. Yeah, so it's still a state of stress, but it shows up a little bit differently. And also, how we bring ourselves back into our zone of genius, back into our window of tolerance, is also a little bit different. Okay, so what we did a minute ago, that breathing to calm us down, this is a form of down regulation. This is, I'm moving at 100 miles an hour. Think of it like, I'm a car, I'm in 5th gear, I'm driving at 100 miles an hour, I'm either gonna run out of fuel or I'm gonna crash and burn. And we're ensuring that we can bring ourselves back to a normal level. But sometimes we might not even have any gas going right now, and we've got a big hill to get up, and we need to like re-energize ourselves. Okay, and so next up, we're actually going to, and this is called upregulation, by the way. We're going to upregulate. And I know you might be thinking, I'm so relaxed now, please do not make me do anything else, but I am going to. So, for this next part, I'm actually going to invite you to join me in what we call a somatic shake. And for this, you're actually all going to get up on your feet. And I know there's a resistance. You can be like, I came here to chill out, but we're going to go for it. So, I'll explain what a somatic shake is. Essentially, it's as easy as what it seems. You see animals do this. Who's got a pet dog? Yeah, you know when they've just been playing a bit too much and then it's all a bit stressful and then they just go like, whoo, and then they're back to normal and nothing's a big deal and they don't hold on to it emotionally and get annoyed at people for the rest of the day. Yeah, we don't do that very well as humans. And sometimes when we're in a state of stress, we just feel like we hold it. This gives an outlet to that, yeah? Helping us to down-regulate, but also movement brings energy, yeah? So sometimes when we don't have the energy to do something, we just need to move our body. And so I'm going to invite you to move with me. And the way that we're going to do this is we're going to start to shake. And we're going to start by shaking our hands like we're shaking off water. And really give it some, you're really trying to get that water off. And then you're just going to let that go up into your arms. And then into your shoulders a little bit here. And there's no way to look when you're doing this, but give it some. And then you might just start to move around, maybe shake a leg a little bit. You know, when you get like a yappy dog on it, and then you want to like get it off, yeah? And then I want you to actually give it some, and we're going to go for like 15 seconds, and I want you to go as much as you can. Be silly, just go, shake your hands, shake your legs more if you can. More energy brings more energy. Last bit, this is 10, 9, 8, 7, as much as you can. 5, 4, much as you can. 3, 2, 1. Reach your arms up towards the sky, breathe in. And then bring your hands onto your chest. Close your eyes for a moment or take your gaze down and just feel your heartbeat. Notice your breath. And feel the energy moving through your body. When you're ready, you'll slowly open your eyes, come to sit down. Energy shift. And so, I don't know what that is and it's not on my laptop, so I'm just going to... Okay, great. Feel the difference of what I mean of down-regulating and up-regulating now? Our work is not only to, thank you, stay in our window of tolerance by noticing what activities in our day are sending us into a hyper-aroused state, are sending us into a big state of stress, or noticing those moments in the day where maybe we're struggling, that kind of post-lunch slump, and give ourselves tools to pause, regulate ourselves, and bring us back into our zone of genius. Bring us back into the place where we feel capable, we can perform at our best. And not just to stay in our window of tolerance, but actually to start to, here we go, increase the size of our window of tolerance. And this comes through practice, and this comes through pausing, and this is actually what we're doing here at I Am Pausing. We're supporting you not only to be able to regulate your nervous system so that you can show up as your best, not only to help you tap into creativity so that you can stay innovative, stay moving forward with the times, but also so that you can handle everything that is getting thrown your way while feeling at your best, not getting to these states of burnout just so that we can push forward in our businesses. And so we do this in a range of different ways, from coaching with people. We do workshops where they're either more of like an immersive pause and we get you to really unwind or energize. Also educational-based ones. We come to your office, we do off-sites, and we also organize some really amazing corporate retreats as well. So if you want to find out any more about those, please come up to me. I've got a few flyers if anyone fancies pausing in Portugal next month with us. But otherwise, if you want to continue pausing, we have a free guide for you here, which you're welcome to scan. I'll leave this up. And this is just essentially these mini pauses, these quick, like 1, 2, 3 minute things that we can do that make a dramatic change to our energy levels so that we can actually start to take more control in our life. And other than that, I'm feeling out of breath from the shaking. Anyone else? So let's finish up here with just noticing that we've gone from then here, and we're just going to bring us back into center so that we're feeling at a nice neutral point before we head out to the rest of the day, okay? So for this, we're just going to take 3 breaths, but the way that we go into these 3 breaths, we're going to be intentional with them, intentional with the mind. I want you to think about what you want from the rest of today. Do you want to feel really focused so that you can take in as much information as possible? Do you want new connections? Do you want to feel energized? Whatever it is, it doesn't matter, but something that you want to feel for the rest of the day. Maybe it's calm. And then I also want you to think about something that you just don't want to take with you for the rest of the day. Maybe you woke up in a funk this morning and it's kind of like lingered with you. It's like, you're still a lovely person, but it's kind of like there niggling. If you want to let that go, we're going to breathe in, invite in, and exhale, let go, okay? Close your eyes. The way that we'll breathe is that as we inhale, it'll be through the nose, and as you exhale, it'll be out the mouth with a sigh. It'll sound like this. We'll take 3 of these together. When you're ready, deep breath in through your nose, Exhale out the mouth, let it go. Nice, 2 more times, deep breath in. Bring it into the body. Exhale out the mouth, let it go. Good, last time, breathe it in, bring it in. And exhale, let it go. Nice. When you're ready, opening up the eyes, take anything you need movement-wise. There's no rush outside of this room, but that's it from me. Thank you guys for being here. I'm here for the next 10 minutes if you want to hear about anything we do, if you want to have a chat or share any insights. If you want to find out about Portugal too, you're so welcome to. I've got some little flyers. Okay? Thanks, guys.